Hey everybody, this is John Fiscus with the Flight Academy. I've been asked by a few people what I do to renew my flight instructor certificate. You have to do that every 2 years, and I thought I would make a brief video about my favorite way to do it, which is using the Gleim online software, and I'll tell you a little bit about how I do that here in this upcoming. Alright, so I use the Gleim online flight instructor refresher course, FIRC. You can see the URL for it up here on the upper left in the address, but if you just do a Google search Gleim CFI Renewal, you'll find what you need. Anyway, once you buy it, it's $95 to buy this course, and you could start it within 3 months of your expiration time, and take it at any point. I have taken, as you can see, a few of these tests already. Basically, you just click on the study unit, answer a series of 20 true and false questions at whatever speed you want to answer them, and then you have to take 10 questions that matter, if you will. You have to score 70% on those 10 questions, and then you're good to go. If you don't score 70%, you get one more chance, and if you screw that up, then you have to send an email to Gleim saying why you screwed that up and how you're going to do a better job next time. So let's look a little bit at my next one on the list here as I go through my CFI Renewal, avoiding mid-air collisions and CFIT. So I click that link, and it's going to take me to my login, which expired as I was setting up the video. Anyway, so let's try that one more time. There, avoiding mid-air collisions. Here we go. So, study unit consists of these various topics. You got to score 70% or higher, like I said, on the 10-question quiz. But to start, they're going to ask me 20 true and false study questions. These are no-hazard questions. If you get it wrong, it'll tell you you got it wrong, and you can keep going. So there's no issue there. You'll notice there is an elapsed time marker down here. After you answer each question, it'll show how much time it's taken. It will warn you if it thinks you're going too fast, but like I said, there's no penalty for going too fast, and that's why I like this one. Is I teach a lot, so I'm pretty up on my stuff. I screw up every now and again on an answer, but it's not too bad. So let's answer some questions, and we'll go through that, and you'll see that warning after 5 questions where it says you're going too quick, but doesn't stop you. Alright, now as I approach the end here, let's look at what happens if you answer a question wrong. Here's one. So question 18, hazardous and often illegal practice of scud running occurs when a pilot attempts to fly in clouds without an IFR clearance. Well, that's false. Scud running is you're trying to fly under the clouds, not in them. But I'm going to answer true, and you'll see your answer is incorrect, and here's why. So it tells you everything that you should know about scud running and why that's really a bad idea in general. So we'll correct it. Click false, your answer is correct. And now I can proceed on to the next questions and answer the rest. And so then next we'll get into the real questions, the ones that are actually going to count. Alright, so now I've completed excuse me, all of my true and false questions. So now we're ready to begin Study Unit 13, the actual test. And this is the one that you have to score 70% or better on. So I can miss up to 3 questions and still make it, but if I miss a 4th question, then I've got to do this over. Honestly, you'd have to be really not paying attention to screw up on this part. Part of the reason for that is because you'll note right here, it gives you an outline. You can either get it via web-based or PDF. I like the PDF, and I'll tell you why here in a second. But you'll have all the answers for the test right here in this document, either one of them you pick. I usually like the PDF because it's going to pop up and give me a few seconds here, hopefully, the outline, and then I can save this so that if I want to reference it at some point in the future, I can. So I'm just going to save it, and you can see I made a folder for all the lessons, and this is number 13, so we'll just save that. And then I can switch back and forth between this and my study. So here we go. So I'm going to continue, and now it says, alright, this is the real one, make sure you're ready to go, don't push the back button, and you can score 70% or better to pass. So alright, continue. It's the standard FAA 3-question ABC answering. So let's look at this one, and we'll look at how to look things up if I don't know what the answer is. So here's a question. To ensure proper nav aid reception and use, you can use the FLT checklist, the CFIT checklist, or the TIM checklist. I'm pretty sure that when we're talking about nav aids, we're talking about tune, identify, monitor. But I can verify that by going over to my PDF, doing a search on TIM, and let's see if we can come up with an answer as we go through, and tell me what that checklist is actually about. So, tune, identify, monitor to ensure proper navigational reception when using any nav aid. So now I can go back to the test. Sure enough, it was TIM, and then I click next and go into my next question. So that's basically how I do this test. And I'm going to take a minute, answer the rest of the questions here, and then we'll grade it. Let's see how I did. Alright, so I finished my 10 questions, and I think I did alright. So let's go grade it now. So first you click grade, and as usual it's going to give you the are you sure double check. So you could go back in at this point if I accidentally clicked grade, and back out, go look at my questions, and make sure I got everything the way I wanted to. So I'm pretty sure that it's good, so I'll click grade. Alright, congratulations, you've received a perfect score. Well, surprise, I had the answers right in front of me the whole time. So, but just make sure you don't go too fast. You want to slow down and answer these questions the way that you would any serious test. Answer them as quickly as you think you know them. Most of them are pretty straightforward. Take the time to look up the answer and just pay attention to each of them. Once you finish a block, you're going to have an evaluation section where you can go in and talk about what you thought about it. You can give them your 2 cents on all these different areas, and if you really have something to say, fill in the additional comments and then submit it. Once you've done that, or if you want to, you can skip the evaluation of that section. Move on. Now you'll see that the avoiding mid-air collisions and controlled flight into terrain section is complete, and I've got 3 left, so I'll finish those off on my own here without everybody looking over my shoulder. But that's my my short take on a good way to do a refresher. That's why I go with this method, the Gleim method. There are other good ones out there. Even attending a in-person refresher clinic over a weekend is good too. I just never seem to be able to find a weekend where there's one in my area, and I'm also open, so that's kind of a problem. But anyway, hope you enjoyed this. Feel free to leave comments in the comment section about ways that you like to renew your flight instructor certificate, or if you've got any questions. And if you want to do some flight training with us, just give us a call. You should be able to find the information about the Flight Academy in the info bar on the right side. I believe with most of you are looking at this video, it'll be there. Have a good day. Safe flying.